Well, hello. My name is Daddy-O, and one of the things I hate about Ubering just happened to me. Hang on, I'm going to tell you what just happened. I'd like to know also, when I tell you about this, if it has happened to you. I'm going to tell you what I think is happening and how to... Anyway, we're going to get into it, okay? My name is Daddy-O. Subscribe, ring the bell, do the thumbs up if you would like. Today I got a thing from Uber asking me to do a survey. They send these out every so often. Asking you, do you like driving for Uber? Yeah, I do in some ways, but there are things that I don't like. All right. In the survey, one of the things I talked about, and you may have heard me talk about this before, Uber needs to let us create our own zones. All right. So that we can kind of control where we want to work. I don't do long runs. I don't want to be sent those runs to me. Don't send them to me. I'm not going to do runs out of the area I want to work. Uber, if you're listening, if someone sends this to Uber, thank you. That was the survey thing. But here's what happened to me tonight. You go pick up somebody, and it's a short run. It's only like $4 or something. You're taking them to a place. They get in the vehicle, and once you drive away, when you said, okay, you've got them, and all of a sudden this happens. Oh, Rider just updated their ride. Little thing goes off in my head. I know what just happened. They didn't change their location. What they did was they asked for a round trip. I don't accept round trips. Okay, if it comes up a run for me and I see it as a round trip, I don't accept them. I just don't do them. They're not, to me, the way I work, they're not worth the effort. All right, I don't do round trips. So all of a sudden a round trip popped up. So I take the guy to where he's going to. What happens then is when you pull up and they've activated the round trip after you've picked them up, when you get there, you're not getting wait time. They're not paying you wait time while you're sitting there. It shows you there. Showed to me. I was 0 feet away from my destination with him for first stop. All right? The whole time they're in there, you're not getting paid. You know, you normally, after a couple minutes, they start giving you wait time. It's not much. It's your money, though. You're getting ripped off. All right? Now, this to me, if you see some of the news lately in New York and places there have been a lot of class action suits where they've had to go back and pay drivers for stuff they did that they didn't get paid for. Tips is one of those things that happened recently. They've had to go back and pay a bunch of money. This, to me, is one of those things that sooner or later, I mean, it's happened to me before. I never really, because I don't accept, those kind of runs. I know that when it's happened before, when you get there, you paid, you're getting the wait time, all right? But when they do it after you've picked them up, apparently you're not getting paid for that wait time that you're sitting there, all right? You're just sitting there, hovering outside, waiting for this person to get done with whatever they went to the store. Now, if you cancel, all right, say, okay, I'm enough of this, and you just cancel the run, you're not getting paid for nothing. All right, you're not going to get paid for the first part of the run. I'll sit there and wait. I'm going to play the game. But this is one of the things about Uber, among other things. But this is the one that is kind of sneaky, and I think sooner or later it's going to bite them in the butt. I know that there is tip money that I should have gotten in the past that I never really got. It shows that the algorithm is having a problem right now figuring out the run. I've run into those kind of issues before. So there's issues with Uber, but it's the game that I play. I'm not going to worry about the little, 75 cents, $1, or whatever I would have made during that wait time. But it's sneaky. It's underhanded. So when I feel like when you get these surveys from Uber, and they're going to send them out to you every so often, you'll get one asking you, what do you think about your driving for Uber? What do you think? And a little survey there. Well, when you go on, you click and you click and you click. At the very end, you can put in a comment. Let them know what you're thinking. That's the only way it's going to get known that you did something, you drawed attention to it at some point, which I did. I draw attention to the fact that on my survey that I don't like the zone problem. That to me is the biggest my biggest hang up with them. I don't care about going 20 or 30 miles away. So don't send me those runs. I'm going to turn them down. I don't care. I've told you before, don't give a rat's butt about your acceptance rate. If you see it's kind of bright here, I had to pull in a car wash to do this video. It was dark. This just happened. I said, pull in the car wash. Let's do this video. Don't care about your acceptance rate, though. It don't really mean a whole lot. All right? Don't worry about that gold and all that diamond. I've been those. They don't work. They're not worth the effort, especially if you're doing your personal car. Now, if you're doing a rental, you can run that dog as hard as you want to. You can go out there and try for that gold and that diamond if that's what you want to do. If you think it helps you, go do it. All right? For this guy here, it don't work, and I'm not going to do those no more. But this here issue of kind of being sneaky, if you've had this happen before to you, if you've had anything like this before, you've seen this before, that you've all of a sudden the rider changes the trip and you see the fare has been adjusted, you know, I only made like $1.50 to bring them back. I didn't make a whole lot on that run. It wasn't worth the effort, and that's why I don't do round trips. Yeah, you'll get paid when you select it right off the get-go. You'll get that wait time, and it's not much. It's like 10, 15 cents a minute. It's not much, all right, after the first 2 minutes. So it's not much, but it's a game that they want to play with you, trying to think that you're making some extra while you're sitting there waiting for that person. I don't mind losing the money. It's the sneakiness of it that gets me. That is something that's wrong, and they know it's wrong. They know. Now, they may have been charging the rider for wait time. You know, I don't know that that's happening. We don't know what happens on their end. I've explained that in videos before. We can't see the riders in on what they're seeing on their side, on their app, on what they're paying and what they're paying for. So they may be paying some wait time, but if they've changed the run after you've picked them up and they've added a trip change or whatever, and it turns out to be a wait time involved where you have to go and sit and wait on them and return them to where you picked them up, pay attention. Let me know if that's happened to you in the past or it's happening now. I want to know about it. We'll just start kind of documenting this stuff. And when it happens and they send you out the survey, put it in the survey. Hey, you know, keep track of this stuff. You guys are ripping me off on wait time. You know, I wish I had done the survey before this had happened, or I would have included it in my survey comment. All right, pay attention when they're doing stuff like that, because it can be detrimental to your income in a small way. You know, wait time, like I say, isn't a whole lot, but you need to know that they're doing it to you. You need to pay attention. That's just one of the little things. But change the zones. Let us do our own zones. Let us design, draw it out. This is my area. This is the only place I want to work. Don't care about going nowhere else. Don't send me no runs outside of this area. I'll do everything you want to send me inside. My acceptance rate would be killer if they just let me accept runs only in my zone, my area. I created my own. I wish they let us create them on the app so that we just don't get them. The algorithm knows that there's a barrier, there's a fence here. Don't send me nothing in or out of my area. Now, if they want to send it to you and you've created your zone and you don't want to do it, it shouldn't count against you. Hey, you can send it to me. I say no. Don't let it count against me, though. All right? Anyway, you guys have a good afternoon. I had to recharge my mic while ago when I pulled in here. It wasn't charged up all the way. Pay attention to your microphones if you're doing videos, all right? Comment, ring the bell, do the thumbs up. Buy Daddy-O a cup of coffee down the bottom if you'd like. But anyway, hang on. I'm going to have more of this crap when it happens, all right? Daddy-O's out for the night. I'm ready to go home. Bye.